Hey guys, John here with OGA. Wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about waste management, specifically a solution that I spent a great deal of time coming up with, researching, prototyping, and actually using, of course. So we do a lot of dispersed camping. In fact, I'd say that's probably most of the camping that we do. It's, in my opinion, some of the best. And in those locations, there tends to not be a lot of facilities or no facilities outright. We were backpackers for years, decades even. So you know, doing things in a really rugged fashion isn't unfamiliar to us. But I'm the only guy in the family, and we need to come up with a solution that enables us to be able to go farther more efficiently. So I tried a bunch of different solutions, everything from a $20 bucket with a lid on top and a seat, to cassette toilets, to something that's, I think, a really good solution that I've been able to land on. And again, I spent a lot of time doing research, a lot of time doing prototyping to come up with something that's going to work. A lot of the places I camp require an inspection. They require you to have a mounted toilet, which adds an additional layer of complexity over just simply, having a toilet. It has to be contained within the vehicle in order to be truly self-contained. So I'm going to walk you through what I was able to find. I'll have links to everything in the description, depending upon where you're looking at this. That'll enable you to rebuild exactly what I got. And I'm also open to suggestions. I consider this to be a working prototype. But if you guys are able to find something else, let me know in the comments. So this is what's called the Joolca GottaGo toilet. It's really unique for a couple of reasons. I'll get to that in a second. I wanted to talk really quickly about the mounting. So this is mounted on what's called a TMAT, cargo mat. And this worked really well for what I'm doing here. It works well for a lot of things. So as you can see, there are these adapter holes. I'll call them grooves for now. And adapters are able to fit right into these. So you can take one of these adapters is called a tight fit adapter. Some are tighter, some are looser intentionally. And it just simply fits right into these grooves. And then once it's in there, it's not going anywhere at all. And then you can take it out when you need to. As you can see, this is a little bit difficult to get out, but that's by design. And it just fits right in. So this is really handy. This is what enabled me to come up with this solution, because again, where I'm going, you have to have a mounted toilet. So in order to satisfy those requirements, I did not want to, it's kind of like boating. I don't like to drill through the hull of a boat if I can avoid it. I don't like to drill through the bed of my truck if I can avoid it as well. So this toilet is mounted to the TMAT. It's mounted to a piece of starboard, basically HPDE. I had this custom cut. I'll provide the link to the place that can do that. I think it was about $70 for this size. I got the corners rounded. The corners are also beveled as well. So it fits in here reasonably elegantly. It looks like it kind of belongs here. This thing is mounted really securely. I've had this in here for a couple thousand miles. Fire roads, beach camping, long highway trips, and it has not moved. I just leave it in here all the time because why not? So as far as the mounting solution, this is mounted into here. I'm going to show you that actually at the end of the video, because I'm going to have to take it out and then put it back in. Let me show you the toilet and what makes this thing so unique. So got a basic lid here, nothing new. However, what is unique are the two separate receptacles. So you've got solid waste that goes in the back, you've got liquid waste that goes in the front. Why that's key is because having those two things combined into one cassette is not fun when you have to empty that at the end of the day, or at the end of the trip. By separating these, it allows you to to have the liquids stay up in here, and then the solids go back in here, and the solids can also be bagged. That's another key and the difference between all the other cassette toilets I was able to find, is that I just don't want to deal with the slurry of stuff in a container at the end of a trip. It's not fun. So the lid flips up. Again, just a basic toilet. Design there, again, with the exception of the split here. Now, when you need to go, when you need to use solids, you just simply pull out this handle here. This slides out, and that opens up the compartment. And again, I'll show you where the bag would be after that. And then this slides shut a little bit of resistance, but you see how that's sliding shut. There's actually a gasket there. And that gasket completely eliminates odors. I sleep in the bed. When we go as a family, I sleep down in the bed with my dog, with the fridge. The family sleeps up top in the rooftop tent. So I need something that, I mean, if it's going to be stinky, I don't want to be sleeping in here. My dog probably doesn't. Actually, my dog's probably okay with it. And I've got the fridge in here, and we camp a lot in bear country as well. And that's not something we really want to be attracting bears, or something we're going to be cognizant of to not be attracting bears. So as far as the way things are managed, so you've got an indicator here that shows you how you're tracking as far as the front tank is concerned. So when I open this up, you'll see you've got two compartments here. So this front compartment is where the liquids go, and they sell additional ones of these. If you wanted to containerize thing, you're on a long trip, you're not going to have a place to empty. When the toilet's in use, you simply just unscrew this. It closes down, this gasket fits on there, and then it's seamless. And actually what you do is when it's in use, you put this one on there. When you're in transit, when you're done with your trip, you simply, or maybe even for the night, if you're sure no one else is going to use it, put this on. It completely seals it. Again, you can shake this as hard as you want. It's been through a lot of rough roads, never moved. As far as the solids tank is concerned, these two things here just pop off. The lid comes off, and then a bag slips around the inside that I'm not going to show you right now, but there's a link to exactly how to do that already. So there's no point in reinventing the wheel there. It comes with a spray bottle. I think it's about 50-50 vinegar is what the mixture they recommend. So that before you go or after you go, you can put that on there. They also have this little stick if you want to put some toilet paper on the stick to kind of clean things up, because not everything's picture perfect. But when you spray this ahead of time, there's no mess. When you spray it after, well, it's just a little bit of a vinegar smell. I don't care. And then I keep my toilet paper here. Again, I'll give links to what I use. This is specifically for RVs, and it degrades very quickly. There's also a little trick I found for the management of the liquids. So there are these little packs that almost look like dishwasher pods or laundry pods. You put one of those in there at the start of the trip before you use the tank the day of. And that's got some enzymes. And when I empty this, because the liquids, you just empty this in a toilet when you get home, it just basically smells like water. There's no smell at all. The solids, because it's bagged, that just goes out with my trash, my household trash, just like you would with diapers or anything else. So it doesn't require stopping at an RV pump out or any particular waste management because it's bagged. It's actually double bagged. I'll show you the bags I use. Those are really cool. They are odor proof as well. So this whole thing is so odor proof. Again, because we do camp in bear country, a lot of times when we go to sleep at night, what I'll do is I'll just put a contractor trash bag over this just to further compartmentalize the, making sure it's 100% smell proof, because the last thing I want to do is attract bears to the site. Now, as far as the mounting, what I talked about earlier, so I took and I mounted the toilet to the starboard, the HPD, and then to the starboard, I mounted these adapters, and they're tight fit adapters. And again, this thing has been in here for thousands of miles. It has not moved. I just leave it in here. The great thing about this is if you do need to take it out, you can, because it's relatively easy to remove. It's relatively easy to be put back in, but it stays really snug. So I'm going to show you what the bottom of this looks like just by pulling it out. And again, it does require some force. There we go. And almost there. There we go. Okay. So I was able to get this out. And on the bottom here, you can see how this is mounted. So I've got these 4 adapters, one in each corner. Now, when you install this, don't measure twice, measure 3 times. If these are off by, if this is off by ½ inch, your entire setup is going to be in disarray, and you can't necessarily just re-drill it, because then you'll have 2 holes next to each other and won't be secure. So you got to make sure that your distance between these adapter holes are exact. Otherwise, it's just going to be a problem. And like I said, you can see where this is drilled in, screwed into the toilet. And I'll talk about that as far as what's needed specifically in the description. So, I've got the back two adapters in place. I like to start with the back because I can't see back there. And you can see these guys just starting to slip in there. And watch your fingers. And it should just push right down. That's it. Make sure it's secure. And this guy is not, you can see it's just, I'm pushing pretty hard. It's not going anywhere. One thing I did not cover is kind of the distance between the toilet and the top of the camper. So there's something to keep in mind. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'm 5'11", kind of your average size person. Here's what it looks like. Again, I'm 5'11". It's a little tight, but I don't need to stand up. This is going to work. I mean, it does work. I've been using this for 6 months now, or give or take. So you can see, yeah, I mean, I'm hitting my head, but someone smaller like my daughter is no issue. My wife does okay with it as well, and enables me to do what I need to do, and so super stable, not going anywhere. It's good stuff.